Hi, Coach John here. Let's talk about labels. First of all, I'm really glad you're reading them. Even though we don't use a lot of prepared foods, there's still plenty of things you have to buy that do have labels. Let's talk briefly about what to look for when you're reading a label on a product. Now, this is oatmeal, so it's pretty simple, just oatmeal, but all the key elements are here on the label, just like they are on all labels. And labels now do give you a lot of information. Let's start right at the top. Servings and serving size. So all this information below will be for the one serving size. Now, before we get to the macronutrients, that is the fat, the protein, and the carbohydrate information, I normally jump right to the bottom where it says ingredients. Now, this is oatmeal, that's all that's in there. But when you are looking at an ingredient list that has multiple ingredients, know that it's listed in order from the heaviest, that is in just weight. So if you have a pound of whole wheat in something, that's going to be number one, and then all the other subsequent ingredients in descending order of weight. That's how it's listed. It has no other order besides that. So focusing here, fats, of course, total fats, they'll show you saturated fats. A little bit, that's fine, not too much. And depending on your, if you have doctor's orders to avoid it completely, you know that. But you have saturated fats, trans fats, polyunsaturated, and monounsaturated. I'll try to get the glare off that for you. Of course, it's the same on any label. Though that's the fat, again, per one serving, just like the percentages are here when it's listed on the label as well. That is per one serving as well. Then, of course, it goes down to shows you the cholesterol, sodium. Of course, oatmeal's free of both. When it comes to carbohydrates, I know a lot of people have concern about carbohydrates. We focus in the Fast and Fresh plan on clean foods, on whole foods, on getting the best food with the fewest ingredients, the closest to nature, the closest to the ground, however you want to express it. That's what we're really focused on here. But if you want to know a little bit about carbohydrates and what it means, what the label things mean, it'll show you total carbohydrates, and then it'll break it down a little bit into sugars, into fiber, into total sugars, added sugars even. It'll show you how much sugar has been added. Of course, in this oatmeal, none. A lot of things though, if it doesn't show you that, if it doesn't show you the added sugar, that is the sugar outside of the naturally occurring sugars, which something like oatmeal would have. Dairy products will have some lactose that's naturally occurring. Fructose is this naturally occurring sugar in fruits, and don't be afraid of that. It'll show you the added sugars. You want to keep that as low as possible, of course, and ideally under 5. And if you're looking at the ingredient list, another good rule of thumb is if sugar shows up in the first 5 ingredients, that's something you want to put back on the shelf because it means it's got a good bit of the total volume. The total composition of that product is sugar. Finally, you have protein. That's normally just says protein. That's total protein, of course, per serving of the product. Thank you so much for being part of the Fast and Fresh team.